Welcome back, and here we go. We get into the meat of things now. I've got Tyler Fried here.
Hi, Dad.
And Jarrett Edelman.
What's up?
They do some stuff. You might know them from the Jersey Fanatics, or maybe you don't. I don't know what you watch and listen to, but that's not the point. You're here for a protocol on football. So, to start it off, I feel like we should start with the...
Go Birds!
Inevitably.
Yeah.
We should start with just...
Fly, Eagles, fly.
The protocol...
To the road to victory.
Oh my God, Eagles fans are annoying. All right, so... How do you go about picking a team? Was it something you were just born with, or is there a protocol to picking a team? We'll start with Tyler.
I feel like most people, their dad's like, yo, I'm an Eagles fan. I don't have one of them. So it was my grandpa. That was what he was an Eagles fan, so I became an Eagles fan. You know, like plus it's like the local thing. I feel like it's just for me. I don't want to say it was easy, but I just feel like just naturally with the culture, it's just. You kind of develop into that type of fandom.
Yeah, because if you don't, you're bullied on the schoolyard, tarred and feathered.
And because if not, you're just a fucking shitty Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
I mean, to the extent of where we're at, like, obviously, it's always about location, usually. There's, you're around the team. You're around your father, who, unlike him, my father's there. So he was always an Eagles fan. He had season tickets. We got season tickets. It's a great time. But also, I do have a beautiful girlfriend who... is a Commanders fan.
Sure. Weird flex, but alright.
Yeah, boo. But
that's why you call it.
Her dad is a Commanders fan, so she followed suit with that.
Yep.
The only way that I think it's acceptable to not be a fan of the team that you're around is either if your father or somebody who you value in life that you follow watches another team, or you yourself have picked a player. And then from that player moves on to being the team.
Yeah, or maybe you come in late, like maybe your father wasn't a football fan, but like later on in life you hit your 20s, you started drinking, you're like, I want to hate my life. Sports is good. Then you just kind of pick a team.
Like somebody like Jason Kelsey. I understand I'm an Eagles fan, yeah. But like if you were watching, you stumbled upon that parade and you listened to his speech, you go, I like that guy. I'm gonna follow that guy, and then you follow that career and you become a fan from that.
Personally, the unacceptable way is like how any Dallas fan in the Philadelphia region becomes a Dallas fan.
Out of spite and hate?
It's literally...
I like spite and hate.
If you were born, like, within our age group, you're just being a dickhead. Like, that's all you're doing.
Because they weren't good then?
It's either your dad was an Eagles fan and you fucking hated your dad, so you want to be a Cowboys fan. Yep. Or you just fucking hate everyone and you hate your own life, so you want to be a fan of the fucking Cowboys.
I was going to say, it's hard to, like... I'll say this... The only time I will say this and give the Cowboys any type of credit.
No, it's on camera. Just turn.
I know.
Okay.
Just
on record.
Turn around now.
Maybe cover your mouth so you can deny it later.
It's fact.
Okay.
Their marketing was amazing in the 90s and the 80s. To become America's team.
I mean, listen.
And that is how they got their fan base. That is 100% how they got their fan base by being.
That can really produce VHS tapes.
Yeah, very much so.
I guess.
All right, we're sliding into just the anti-Cowboys podcast.
That's fair. It's my bad. But
video, not podcast.
Overall, I think it's either based on where you live and who your parents or whoever you role model follows, or you find a player and then you stick with that team, or you stick with the player and you transfer with the player.
All right.
Like just Tom Brady fans.
Well, I was just gonna say, then how about bandwagoning? How do you guys feel about those guys? The people that are Patriots fans because they were the dynasty team for 20 years.
I mean, are they like? If they say Patriots, then that's just how they got their fandom.
Okay. Well, no. See, those are the Kansas City fans you see now.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing.
Those aren't fans. Those are just people who want to fit in.
Those are just people that suck at being.
They're closets.
Okay, so the protocol is hate. Hate them with a passion.
Yes.
Don't hurt them physically. We're not calling for violence. We don't do that here.
I ignore.
But maybe verbally abuse them quietly.
If you're a front runner, go fuck yourself. That's the protocol.
Yeah.
All right. Now that we got a team set, how do you guys feel about the protocol for all the off-season moves, all the off-season hype, trade rumors, this rumor, that rumor, all the contract negotiations? Like, what is the protocol for taking all that in? Do you avoid it? Do you run towards it?
Well, see, I'm the type of guy that's got M. Scheffler on my fucking speed dial, so, like, I just get the notifications all the time. I get excited. Like, it's, like, the only thing in the off-season that's, like, it's enjoyable. Like, just be, like, after just another non-Super Bowl season, you're like, well, gotta look forward to next year. So, yeah, I get excited for it. I love off-season moves. It's basically my Super Bowl.
Yeah?
I want to go that far. It's not my Super Bowl.
No? Do you get hyped? Do you ignore? I personally, not that I've said my opinion much, but I try to actually ignore most of the hype, because until anything actually happens, I don't care about rumors. Trade happens, hype, sweet, let's see what's going on. All the speculation stuff, of like, so and so's Tom Brady is going to come back to the league. I'll get hyped once it happens.
I mean, there's two aspects. You got the off-season moves that people make.
Yep.
Like our amazing GM, Howie Roseman, who somehow pulls out some crazy moves. Or you got draft. So yeah, you got two different areas to make your moves. I get more excited over draft than I do over making moves.
Yeah.
Because making moves in the off-season, like, it can benefit or not benefit at all. Because it just depends on the team you put around them. But watching the draft, I get more excited over. Because it's like, who do we got new? Who's coming in? Who's moldable? Who's going to be the 5th-round pick that is the outright star that we somehow got?
Yeah, what about free agency before the draft, though?
See, I get more excited about the free agency because you know what those players are and could be for your team.
And they come.
Where the rookies are just like, you're probably going to suck.
Say hype,
I
but they
just-
could
We'll
be
see you
very
in 3 years and hope you're good, except for, this year.
I expect disappointment because
All right, Dace, relax.
that's fine. It is. Like, we made an off-season move this year that has panned out. 2 off-season moves that have panned out for 0 additional additions to our team.
Unless we're in the future
then
and they
we've
have balled
made
out.
one, and,
Cool. So what? We're 1 for 3? That's only a thing.
Maybe. Or we've played more games since now because we're maybe in the future. Don't know. Time isn't real. Anyway, now that we've talked about off-season moves, now we're getting ready to start the season. But you know how the NFL is, and they want to pretend they care about safety. How do you guys feel about all the safety rules that come out? Like this year, no hip drop tackle. But they've been changing rules every year that's in the eyes of safety. Like, don't touch the quarterback, otherwise you're flagged. Unless they're a lesser quarterback. Like, if it's Andy Dalton, blow him the fuck up. But if it's Mahomes, please.
And blow up Sam Darnold.
Please don't touch our baby prince. But how do you guys feel about the safety rules that come in every year?
They're absolutely absurd. I mean, most of them. There's definitely the idea of safety is, like, good. You don't want to see everyone be getting injured all the time.
Nobody wants dead people.
But I don't know, man. Like,
He's alive. He's doing great.
I just feel like they take it to the next level, and then the refs don't know how to actually ref the new rules. Like, I feel like
They get a little flag happy in the beginning of
I don't know. You see it in college football where it's like the whole targeting rule. Like, you have people getting kicked out of the game even after they've reviewed it, and they shouldn't be kicked out of the game. So I don't like leaving things up to the refs to decide.
Well, that sucks because that's how football's played, but it's up to the refs. But also, they've made defense harder. With the safety rules they've added in, they've made playing defense such a challenge.
You can hit them in this 3 square inch area, and anywhere else it's a flag. Sorry, good luck.
Like, I think we were talking a few days ago about Sheldon Brown hitting Reggie Bush.
That's still a legal hit, though.
It is, but I could see that getting flagged for whatever reason in the NFL today.
I mean, the refs' reactions to flag it because it's just such a fucking hard hit.
Yeah, no,
But
don't get me wrong, but I know it's a
They
legal
better be
hit.
picking that shit up.
But also, I don't mind it, like guardian caps.
Yeah.
Cool, bring them in. Like, anyone who says that they look stupid, I don't care.
They do. They're ridiculous.
That's fine. I don't need my player or my offensive lineman to look
Swap.
like he's about ready to go out to have dinner. I need
My
him.
man needs swagger.
No, I need him to be ready to hit. And if you're going to tell me that it's going to add an extra level of protection to him, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with the player who made the statement that I think is a smart statement and that shut down a lot of people. And I honestly forget who the player was because I think he was a tight end for the Colts.
Jonathan Taylor.
Was it?
Yeah,
I thought it was
he
a
did
tight
it.
end.
I
But
don't know
he,
what your statement is, but he's the only one.
I do know there was a statement, too.
there was a
We do our
statement that was
research here.
stated that was everybody laughed at people who wore seatbelts in the beginning.
Okay, yeah.
So, it's just an extra safety. It doesn't take anything away from his game. It doesn't take anything away at all. All it does is add extra safety to it.
Takes the swagger away.
I don't need my player to have swagger.
I do.
That's fine. I'd rather my player still be there, unlike Tua.
He's coming back. He probably needs a guardian cap or 3. I don't
Yeah.
know if you can double wrap that.
Look, that's all I'm saying is,
Well, see, that's the thing, though. Like, do they then start enforcing guardian cap?
I hope so. Or you
Hey,
get it.
bro.
Or there are talks about the next team that makes an actual helmet with that extra protection already inside of it, so it doesn't look like outward protection. But I don't mind some of the safety moves. I know that the safety that they have added, that isn't equipment wise, makes it harder for defenses, and it makes defenses so much harder to handle and or produce what they need to produce.
Sometimes I feel like it's not for safety. I feel like it's just to make the offense better.
That could be the case too.
just PR move to pretend they care about safety because the concussion movie came out like 10 years ago.
Also,
and they wanna be like, whoa,
up
that's
scores.
terrible.
I mean, kind of like baseball. Like the way they wanted to get rid of the pitch clock to up the amount of hits going through and to speed up the game. Like that's
They love scoring.
so.
So,
Yeah.
all right. How about the protocol on pregame ritual superstitions? Is there like a lucky pair of underpants that you wear every time, or a baby you punch every time? You have a little pregame ritual?
No, I don't believe it.
Oh, you're
I'm
purely
not
anti.
I'm not superstitious about it.
The Eagles do not rely on what Jarrett Edelman does.
No, not
before
even
game
in the
to win.
slightest. No. I wish it did. I was like,
Maybe they do, and you haven't been doing it.
those superstitions
Think about
would
that.
come true. People who wear the same shirt, same hat, same underwear from a win.
Yeah.
If they did it every time and they won every time, every team would be undefeated.
I'm just saying, it worked in my baseball career. All right, for as long as I wore the same.
cool. It's not
underwear,
football.
I got a hit.
Yeah, it's not
So
football.
I'm proving superstition being the factor here.
That's fine. Or you just psyched yourself up with the placebo of now I'm gonna get a hit.
Is it a placebo then?
Yes,
Are you sure?
yes.
I don't know, man.
It's fine.
So when I do my ritual before football games, them birds seem to win.
So why haven't you done more
Because
rituals?
They don't need to win every game.
He's trying not to be greedy, is what I'm
What,
getting.
what
at.
happened to the
So
last
he's
Super
gotta-
Bowl? Did you not do the pre-ritual?
The last Super Bowl?
Yeah.
No, bro. I was too busy to do the ritual.
Terrible.
Can't tell you what the ritual is.
That's fair.
Yeah, then it breaks the rules apparently, like everything else about superstitions.
It's like making a wish on your birthday when you blow out the candles. If you tell people it,
Yeah,
it
if you
doesn't
say
come
it
true.
out loud, it doesn't come true.
Uh-huh.
So yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so the
Yeah.
protocol is
Whatever
you
the
want.
protocol for me. I would say the
There's a
protocol for me
tiebreaker
is to
here.
do nothing. If the Eagles score a touchdown while I'm in the bathroom, I get yelled at by 20 people stay in the bathroom. No, I'm
Yeah.
not doing that.
You should.
You probably
absolutely
should.
stand back.
No, I won't do it.
Still score another touchdown.
With the scientific evidence we have, I think the protocol is find your.
I
ritual
try
and
to
stick
stay
it.
within respectable bounds when people ask
No respect.
for
When it comes to
superstitious type things. Like when I'm at your house watching a Phillies game, you say stay in the kitchen. I've helped. I've tried to stay in the kitchen, but still watch the game.
And then it's wild. Schwarber was like hit the bomb, and then it's just like, Dad, you guys just stay in there, bro.
Or he strikes out like he does 90% of the time, and then I get to come out
That's
into
false.
the living room.
See, you don't even know math. You're just gonna talk about super kids.
Yeah, superstitions,
Superstitions.
dude.
All right, I think the last thing we really need to cover on a protocol is how do you handle wins and losses? How do you handle it throughout the
I
season?
cry.
No matter what, happy tears or sad tears.
It's just, it's just
Crying.
a lot of crying.
I just
it's a lot of being upset.
need alone time with my thoughts.
I don't handle it. They don't handle it well, even in the slightest.
Wins and losses? We're talking both. Any side? Just
So
a lot of crying.
We're just fucking. We're
Just
Eagles
tears.
fans.
It's pain.
You can't deal with us if we win, and I don't want to deal with anyone if we lose.
The protocol is just
And
unbridled emotion.
In the beginning of this, I stated that my girlfriend's significant other is a Commanders fan. So even if I'm happy about the Eagles winning, she's not, and I can't be bragging to her.
That's a very.
So no matter what, I'm just leave me alone. I want to revel in the glory of the win, or I just want to cry myself to sleep for the loss.
Okay. I guess maybe we should quickly touch on a protocol for how do you handle if your significant other or maybe a really good friend is an opposing team, like a rivalry fan.
Tell 'em to go
We already
fuck
covered Cowboys. We know how you feel about Cowboys fans.
We tell them to go fuck.
Is there a team? Maybe if they're the lesser team, like kind
Commanders?
of the
But
Commanders
right now
or,
they are,
or the Giants, where it's just
from
like
the point of
you pour a little
filming, they
thing,
are in the first. So
and
I
you
can't
pat
say
their
that.
head and say, "It'll be okay, champ. One day you'll have a team."
Vikings, don't you?
I'm not talking about my team, but the Lions were that team for so long where we looked at them, pat them on the head, and said, "It's okay. You watch sports."
And now they're doing well.
They're fall apart.
Okay.
So, I think we covered a lot of it. Any closing thoughts on the protocol for football?
Go Bears.
Yeah, but fly Eagles fly.
Alrighty, then. Anything else you guys are up to that you want the viewers to know? Tyler, you do anything?
Jersey Fanatics. Check that out.
Jared, you do anything?
Yeah, go to phillyjohn.store. I got a few Phillies apparel, some Eagles, and the logos. It's starting its way there, but hey, it's there. You can take a look at it. Some of the stuff's pretty cool. Some of the stuff is not cool, but that's up to you.
All right. Well, there you have it. I'm not really a host, so I don't have a closer for it. So go away. Go do something else with your life.
Go Birds.
Was that good?